What is up? Episode 44? 45? 45.
Wow.
That feels like a lot. I see other podcasts with like a gazillion, but 45 is a lot. But we're back. Metal on the Brain. Special guest host, the one and only James Siboni.
Yo, yo, yo.
He's got his hands in a lot of shit. Go ahead, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Cool.
Go ahead.
First, thanks for having me, Mike.
I'm stoked.
Me too. Theme song rules.
Rhythm of Fear.
Yeah.
Shout out.
What do I got going on? I got a record store in Jacksonville, Florida, Tiger Records, which is also a small in-house label, Tiger Records.
Yeah, that's a label as well.
Yeah, put out some stuff for our friends.
Maybe we'll dig into a little bit of that.
Sure.
All right.
Cool. Just did an LP for our friends from Gainesville, Pez.
Yeah.
That's good, and people seem to like it.
It's killing it. People are stoked on them. Best shit that they've done yet.
I agree.
Were you in Pez at one point?
No.
Okay. It's hard to keep up.
But you're not the first person to ask me that. So.
It's hard to keep up.
Yeah. I've done a lot of bands with Quinn. Who plays drums. Just did a cassette, like a 2-song cassette single with the Gas, who's like Ian, a bunch of kids from Miami. It's like Ian, who's in Day by Day.
Okay.
And David Voss, who was in Unified Right, just like all the Miami hardcore bands.
Yeah.
But
it's like
it's like not a hardcore band. It's like sounds like Lou Reed or something.
Oh, sick. All right.
It's cool. They did a good job.
I've definitely have heard of it. I haven't heard it yet though.
It's cool. They're about to do like 3 or 4 shows with Turnover, which will be big for them.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's great.
They're cool.
I know Unified Right did some turnstile shit back in the day.
Oh, yeah, that sounds familiar. I bet they did. Yeah.
Yeah, and you used to be in a band, right? And
I was.
Some people might know called Bane.
Yeah, I played in Bane.
Yeah, Bane was successful hardcore band.
Yeah.
For the lack of a better term.
Yeah. That was fun.
How successful of a hardcore band can you really be?
Right.
What is that, right?
I know, yeah.
You're on tour, that's successful.
Yeah, exactly. There's kids at the shows.
And then you are a current member of a California base, right? Like
That's right.
Cali based Loma Prieta.
Loma Prieta.
Death Wish.
Deathwish, yeah.
Deathwish, yeah.
New record hasn't been announced. I probably shouldn't say it, but I don't care. New record in the summer.
Whoa, we heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't get mad at him.
Don't please.
Don't get mad at him. Nobody get mad.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. You're on Metal on the Brain podcast. It's all right. We can release that. We got speakers put up too.
Yeah.
Kind of like these. It's fucking metal, all right? So it's kind of put Technique speakers up here.
Nice.
I kind of like this look because I could lounge too.
Chill.
I feel like I could lounge.
Yeah. I like these speakers.
Yeah, dude. Tiger Records puts a huge hole in my wallet every time I go in. And I have to fight myself not going in there all the time. And I'm not the only person to say this.
Good.
Yeah, there's so much good shit in there.
Thank you.
So, dude, how do you have the best selection in any record store I've ever seen ever? Like, it's just like this was not new. You didn't take your time, or you didn't just open a fucking record store. You took your time,
right,
to open it and to collect and build.
Yeah.
How long was that process? Because I remember you going around.
Yeah, dude, it was forever. Probably a couple years.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Nagging everyone I knew to sell me their records.
You actually went on tour.
I did, yeah. Yeah, me and Zach Bedard from Bane and Chris Link from Terror and Cruel Hand.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah.
Rad dude.
The best. We went on tour.
Got in the van to go on tour to buy records.
Yeah.
That is I've never heard of that, folks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Took all the bench sheets out, so we had like tons of room and just buying boxes of records.
So where were you buying? Like just people, stores, yes, all the above?
All the above. Yeah.
Oh, that's so great, dude.
But we just made a flyer and we all just posted the shit out of it. And I really didn't know if it was going to work. I announced these are the cities I'll be in around these days. Hit me up. And I didn't know if I would get 1 email or 100 emails, but got a lot.
So what would you say is like your best haul doing that tour? Because you probably had some really good hauls across the board. But
we did, yeah. There was one, and we were trying to stay on the East Coast, and there was a bit of a time frame of when we had to be done. And then this dude, Andy, that I know, actually, I didn't know him yet. He's now my friend, but this guy, Andy, like emailed me. We had some mutual friends, and he said, I live in Nashville, which is not the East Coast.
Right.
But I have a fucked up record collection if you want to come look at it. And I said, all right, well, send me some videos. We'll see. And he sent me some videos, and it was full of just like 80s, 90s, 2000s, like hardcore staples. Like
Holy shit.
Yeah. And it was probably like 800 records, probably like 800 LPs and 300 or 400 7-inches, and like 2 huge bins of T-shirts.
Holy shit.
And I was like, I guess we're going to Nashville.
Let's go to Nashville.
Yeah.
It's not that far off these
Yeah.
coasts.
And so we kind of rerouted, and it was funny because he didn't know that I played in Bane, and he certainly didn't know that the other guys in Bane were going to be on.
That Bane was going to be with
yeah.
you.
And we pull into his driveway, and he's
Obviously he's going to be a Bane fan.
right. He's a Bane fan. Yeah. So we pull into his driveway, and we all unload out of the van, all 4 of us. And he's like, "Holy fuck, is this Bane and Cruel Hand?" And we were like, yeah, sort of. And he's like, oh, I'm a huge fucking fan. And he told me a story that on the last Bane tour, we played Nashville, and he was working at a coffee shop that I went into, and he had like a judge hammers on a pin on his like barista apron thing. And I guess I was like, oh, cool, man, I love your pin. And he said, thanks. And I said, are you going to go to the Bane show tonight? And he's like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get off work in time, so I didn't buy a ticket. And I said, I'll put you on the guest list if you want.
Nice.
And
shout out to Amigo.
Amigo.
What's up, bud? That's the pup.
And then he said that
all right, dude. All right.
And then he said that I put him on the guest list, and he came to the show, and he said he had fun. So
that's sick. That is so. What a weird small world we're in.
I know.
You all right over there, bud? He's good.
Now he's my friend. No.
Yeah, man. He's Amigo. He's everybody's friend.
Yeah.
That's the master of puppies.
Master of puppies.
Black Labyrinth. I had a Judas Priest one too. I don't remember though. I don't remember, but it was good. Oh, Shaking the Paw. Shaking the Paw. Nobody steal my shit. Nobody steal my shit. That's my shit. But dude, did you buy all his shit? Why was he getting rid of all his shit? He's just over it, or
dude? It was a little more complicated than that. It was like a friend who had moved away and left him all his stuff. Like, had to leave town kind of in a hurry, maybe, and was like, "Hey, if you sell this, I'll give me the money sometime." And so it just been boxed up in like a spare bedroom in his house for like a year. So I gave him the one. He sent it to that guy. Andy actually still has his records, and it's a pretty phenomenal record collection.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's good to hear. I'm glad you kept them, Andy.
Yeah,
I'm glad you kept your shit. So what would you say is like the rarest record you have gotten at Tiger Records, and did you keep it?
Dude, I keep a lot of fucking records.
You keep them?
It's a problem.
Yeah.
But I've had I had Revelation Records #2, the Together comp, which has like Youth of Today and Gorilla Biscuits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had the rarest color of that, like the goldish yellow one, and that like book.
This is some serious hardcore nerd shit.
I know it is, dude. It is. It had the insert with like the, those early ones have like a ad to trade GI.
Did they have the hype stickers on those? I don't know if they had hype stickers back then.
No, Revelation. This one didn't. But they had, some of those early revs, like they would just like had a little Batman and Superman rubber stamp, and they would just hit the.
Oh yeah.
Had those stamps on it.
Yeah.
That's
so weird,
dude. Yeah. Sold that thing. It was like over $1,000.
Holy shit!
I know.
That's wild.
Yeah. Do you know about like this is the least metal thing in the world? Do you know about like the Beatles Butcher cover? Have you ever seen that?
I've heard about it. I don't know the details, but I know that it's like some rare shit.
Yeah. Their record called Yesterday and Today, they put out with a cover, and the cover is like really fucking weird. It's like for them sitting there, and they're wearing like lab coats or something, like schmucks, like butcher schmucks, and they have raw meat like hanging all over. their body,
right,
and like little
which in essence sounds metal as fuck.
That's true.
It's actually pretty metal.
This is the most most metal Beatles thing.
Carcass is like, oh,
dude, yeah. There's like decapitated baby dolls,
right? Yeah, I remember the baby dolls, and it was like only limited, right? Like they only
So they pressed a lot of them, and then as soon as they went out to stores, parents freaked the fuck out.
Nope.
Yeah, and then Capitol Records like immediately recalled them. It was like, send us those fucking covers back, like, and so they all got sent back to the label, and then the label just pasted a family-friendly cover of them just looking like handsome boys
Over. Oh wow.
Just paste it right over it, and then send them back out. So if you ever see that record, you got to look. There's like maybe 1 inch. If you hold it in the light, you can see a little bit of like George Harrison's black turtleneck through the paper.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's like a very, very valuable record.
Did you keep that one?
No. Yeah. Sold it twice, actually. But it's worth so much money that it's like.
How much?
Over a G both times.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Unreal, dude.
I know.
That is great. That's great, dude. I think the rarest record I might have purchased at your establishment was Biohazard.
Oh, yeah.
The first album.
Oh, yeah.
And what's fucked up is I already had it. I was like, I saw it and I just panicked.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta have it.
Yeah.
I think I already have it. I was like, I don't even have time to check Discogs. I'm just fucking
gonna buy it.
I'm just gonna buy it.
Amazing. That's some real collector shit for sure.
That was not over a G though.
Right.
At all. I think that's probably the rarest record I've bought at a place, which isn't insanely rare.
But it is rare.
It's not, you don't see it all the time.
Yeah.
I know that there's been some cool shit in there that I missed out on.
Oh, right.
Unfortunately.
Oh, yes. I sold the Biohazard demo to
yes.
our boy Jay.
Yeah. Jay from Rhythm Fear got that motherfucker. I was never able to get the demo when they came out with that back in the day.
Damn.
Yeah. Which is probably for the best, right? I don't know.
It is.
I don't know if there was very appropriate stuff on this for 2022.
That's very true.
But hey, man, we all grow, we all learn.
That's true.
So it's funny that you mentioned the Beatles. This is totally kind of different, but it leads up to it.
Okay.
So yesterday, I went to go see the Dio documentary.
Cool.
It's I forget what it's called. Something about being a dreamer, which it's Dio.
Right.
But he was in bands like in the 50s and shit, like singing like it was early 60s. But he was like singing kind of like doo-wop shit. Like
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. So like he's got stuff from early days.
Whoa.
When he was in bands like that, like before the Beatles came out.
Whoa. And
he was singing kind of like in the Still of the Night kind of stuff.
Yeah.
New York guy.
Right.
I didn't know this. He got his name from a mafia figure called Johnny Dio.
Whoa.
I didn't know that. I learned that yesterday watching a documentary. But when the Beatles came out, he started progressing towards that.
Cool.
And then was in a band and Electric Elves that were very like the Beatles kind of style. But it was crazy to see. I didn't know that. I knew about the doo-wop shit.
Cool.
But yeah, and then of course he became Dio and got into metal and shit.
Right.
But yeah, dude, he was around from like the early 60s doing the shit. And you listen to some of the songs and he's great, dude. He is great.
That's awesome.
But that's why he doesn't want to do love songs. He's like, I did love pop songs.
Oh shit.
I don't want to do that shit anymore.
That's sick.
I want to do fantasy shit,
Yeah.
Documentary was awesome though, dude.
I gotta see it.
He was probably one of the most underrated and yet most valued within the industry of like performers and like everyone in the metal community like oh shit, Dio's here.
So sick.
We gotta like act on our best because fucking Dio and he expects us to be good.
Amazing.
Like he would like kind of. It's funny that I don't know if you ever heard of Hearing Aid. So Hearing Aid was like We Are the World where they did all that.
Yeah.
Well, metal was fucking omitted from that whole thing.
Right.
And metal was huge back then.
That's
right.
True.
Like metal was fucking doing arenas and shit. Like every metal band was
right.
selling arenas, but it was completely omitted from that whole project. And it was kind of fucked up.
It's fucked up.
So Dio was like, you know what? We'll do our own. So there's one called Hearing Aid.
That's
same
cool.
kind of thing.
Right.
All these different singers and everybody that he asked was on board. Because it was Ronnie James Dio asked us, we're here. And it's funny because they in the documentary they're showing him at the board, and Rob Halford, from Priest is singing his part.
Cool.
And Dio's like, press the button. Rob, you could do better than that. And I'm like, damn. Who's telling Rob Halford he could do better? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and then Rob Halford's like, oh, okay, Ronnie.
Wow.
I'm going to do better. Like, it's just,
it
was funny. And then, you heard everyone talking about him and how he was like, man, if Ronnie James Dio's asking you to do something, you do it. It was like, we were at our best. He's like, we all wanted to be around him. We all wanted to be like him.
So
really cool documentary. I was like, damn, I definitely learned a lot of stuff I didn't know about Ronnie James Dio. Obviously stuff I did know, and it was just cool seeing it. It was cool seeing that in the movie theater too,
Yeah, that's awesome.
In Jacksonville, nonetheless.
Yeah.
I was surprised. There was a lot of people in the theater. yeah, it was cool. It was seeing it on a big screen. But
That's awesome.
yeah. So kind of a weird story, but based off of the Beatles thing.
Yeah,
Kind of went from there.
yeah.
So people probably don't know this, and obviously you're co-guest hosting in place of Dylan, who's touring Europe with Paul Baron Elder. But you know Dylan. You and Dylan know each other.
We do.
Well,
it's true.
go ahead and explain that, because this is
Okay.
it's kind of a good story. I mean, it's an easy story, but it's.
I know. I think you're a part of it too, kind of.
I think I was.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, so I was playing bass in Thick as Blood, Miami hardcore band.
Shout out.
Yeah. Gino, Randy, what's up?
Gino, Randy,
Jerry.
what's up?
Both like famous actors now.
Yeah,
almost.
man, they're killing it.
They really are.
Gino actually called us while we were doing a podcast one time, and Dylan's like, "Fuck it, I'm answering." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we gotta answer." But it's like the recording's it's like so shitty, dude.
Oh right.
Because we do everything live.
Yeah.
We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah.
Dylan knows more than what I'm doing, but
Dude.
neither one of us fucking know how to run this machine. And
Yeah.
but
Looks
yeah,
complicated.
we talked to Gino on the phone. Technically, our first guest. Completely didn't mean for it to happen, but
That's so good.
it was pretty cool.
So me and Gino are doing Thick as Blood, and we have a very big tour booked. It's like we fly from Miami, practice in Miami, we fly from Miami to Japan, Japan to China, China to Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Indonesia.
Which is crazy, right? Like that's, I mean,
Yeah,
that's fucking, that's
Yeah.
wild
Dude.
for a band like Thick as Blood.
right.
And was that Eulogy at the time, or did they
Yeah, that was like right before a record on Rise came out.
right before Rise? Okay.
Yeah. So it's in between Eulogy and Rise, and then like Australia, Hawaii, back to the States. And the guy who was playing drums with us at that time was a dude named Carlos. He hadn't been in the band very long, kind of like a fill-in. Carlos's family is from Colombia. And
That's right.
yeah. So we practice, get a set down. We're really excited to go to Japan. And we're flying from Miami to a connection in New York to Tokyo. And all five of us fly from Miami to New York, and then we're boarding the plane. We have a long layover. We're about to board this plane to Japan. Everyone's first time in Japan. And then when we get to the ticket counter, they stop Carlos, and they're like, "Hey, man, where's your visa?" And he's like, well, "None of us have visas. Like, we don't. Americans don't need visas to get in Japan." And
Right.
they're like, "Yeah, but you have a Colombian passport. Colombians do." And he's like, "What?" And they're like,
man.
"We can't let you on this fucking plane, man." And he's like, "What?" And me and Gino and Randy are already sitting in our seats.
Holy shit! So he was like the last one to even.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he just texts us, and he, as quickly as he can, and starts explaining what's going on. And we're like, "What the fuck?" And we get up, we're talking to the flight attendants, like, "You can't get off, you can't come back on." Like, what the fuck are we gonna do? So we sit down, they close the doors. So we start texting the promoter, the Japanese promoter, who's also the tour manager, and we're like, "Yo, we're on our way." It was like a 16-hour flight. We land in 16 hours. We don't have a drummer. Like, repeat, we don't have a drummer.
We had one up until like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. A drummer is from Colombia. We didn't know. No one knew that you needed a
Right, because
visa.
you don't need one from the States. So
right. Yeah, Americans don't need one, and no one had even thought about it.
That's a hard way to find out.
I know. So yeah, we actually had to PayPal him money to get home for a flight home back to Miami.
That was probably the worst flight ever. For
I know,
him, too.
dude.
That was probably the worst flight he's ever taken.
Dude, yeah. It was. So yeah, he has to fly home by himself. Spend like a day in New York by himself, like at the airport. Wait for the next day to catch a flight back to Miami. Anyway, so and this is kind of before Wi-Fi was on planes all the time. So we just are on this flight panicking, going, "What's going to happen? Is the tour going to get canceled? Can we find a drummer in Japan?" And there's one day off, like the day we fly in, because you're jet lagged and stuff.
Yeah.
There's one day off, and then the tour starts. So, of course, we land, we get off the plane, and our tour manager's there, and he's like, "What the fuck happened?" We tell him, and he's like, "Okay, I know a drummer. He's really good. I'm driving you straight to the practice space." And we haven't slept. It's a 16-hour flight. We're jet lagged as fuck. And we drive straight to a practice place to meet a dude named Gaku. I think Gaku is in a pretty popular Japanese band called Crystal Lake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He plays drums for them. And that band didn't exist yet, but
Right.
so we meet Gaku. He speaks no English, not a word of English. Of course, you don't speak Japanese.
And you don't speak Japanese,
Yeah.
right?
And Gaku, that motherfucker, in 16 hours, I learned the whole fucking set. Just perfectly.
Yeah.
And we were like,
The fuck is everybody else doing with their lives?
I know.
God damn.
So we jam with Gaku for maybe like 2 or 3 hours in the practice space, and it's like perfect. And we're like, do you want to go on tour?
Hey, we got a position open.
Yeah. It's like, we're going to go on tour. We leave in 12 hours. And he says, yes, please, let's do it. He's like the coolest dude in the world. So a couple shows in, we're playing, and we're like, how long can you tour? Can you go to China? We're going to China next. And the Japanese tour is just a week. And he's like, so we're like, 5 more days of this, and then we're flying to China. And it's like a week in China, or 7, maybe a little longer, maybe 10 days in China. And he's like, oh, I can't do it. Like, I have school and work, and I can't do it. And we're like, okay, what the fuck are we going to do now? Like,
Well, wasn't there something him getting into China also?
oh,
I
dude,
thought
I
it
think
was-
there might have been that, too.
I think there was something about him getting into China from Japan.
That could be tricky, too.
I kind of felt like that was a thing.
Yeah, maybe that was. But for whatever reason, he didn't do, it was like, I can't do China. And we were like, okay, well, the Chinese tour starts in 4 or 5 days. And we don't have a drummer.
Right back at the fucking, starting line.
Right. So then I think that's when I hit up you. And I think I say, hey, do we know any drummers that are available and good enough and just hungry enough to tour, that they would fly from America to China to start a tour with a band they've never met?
They don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds absolutely insane. That's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
But sure enough,
Dude, it works.
fucking Party Pants Ponce. That fucking guy, dude. Dylan. Shout out to Dylan.
Shout out to fucking Dylan.
Oh, man.
I mean, he honestly had less than a week notice, I bet.
Yeah. And I remember talking to him. He's like, yeah, let's do it. What do I need to do? I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
It is, dude.
And then he stuck with you guys.
Yeah, he ended up
But-
being the drummer of the band.
But he wasn't the drummer. 'Cause I think maybe did Carlos stay the drummer for a while, and then he did, and Dylan maybe did merch because he was with you guys,
Yeah.
not playing for a little bit too.
Right. I think that's
think-
exactly
I think
what it
that's what
was.
happened.
And then Carlos came back for a little while. Dylan was rolling, being the fun manager.
Yeah, just kind of hanging out. you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And then eventually the spot opened up, and
Yeah.
Dylan became the drummer of the band. And it was actually, really fun and awesome to have him in the band, like another Jacksonville guy. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I remember we were obviously panicked of what to do, and yeah, kind of threw the Hail Mary at you, being like, is there any, do we know anyone? Do we have any friends that could fly across the world? And you're like, oh yeah, Dylan would probably do it.
So wild, dude. That's pretty crazy. And there's probably other people that would have done it too if we.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'm sure if we think about it, but he was like, yeah, all right. I was like, all right,
Dude.
He's in. He's all in.
Less than a week notice.
That is great, dude. That is so great, dude. Yeah. He got it together and made it happen. I know he talks about doing that too, man. He's always talking about that trip.
Sick.
But that was a good experience for everyone. Like
Yeah.
I remember, you telling me stories about being over there and stuff for the first time, and it's just cool shit. I don't know, man. It's kind of and well now you go to Japan when you can, right? Like,
Dude, I'm going next month.
yeah. Well, there you go. How long you going for?
10 days.
10 days.
Buying records.
Yeah. Shit, you're probably gonna get some good shit over there.
I am, dude.
Dude, what's up with all the death metal records? Like the OG death metal records.
They're
What's
all
up with that?
They're all in Japan.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm asking you,
I
like,
thought you were-
no, I just.
I'm gonna find you some in Japan.
So here's the thing, right? Like I always, obviously, go to record stores and online, and dude, the old death metal records are the hardest to find.
Yeah.
They're the hardest to fucking find, dude.
You almost never see them.
It sucks because I have some of them. I had some of them, don't have them anymore. Whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously reissues and shit, but like, man, I
Right.
want like the old original presses.
Yeah.
Like you don't see a Left Hand Path from Entombed
No, you don't.
anywhere. Like an OG one.
Yeah.
I see like the OG Morbid Angel ones.
Yeah.
Like.
I think it's a combination of like, that's the CD era, where they weren't pressing a ton of records.
Yeah. That's what makes it even cooler, though.
I know.
But they had them. They were out.
They were out. Yeah, sure.
Um,
Dude, I'll find you some in Japan.
I think I got a Pestilence one from your store actually.
Sick. I think you
one
might.
time.
I remember having a Pestilence on the wall. Yeah, you did. Yep.
I did get that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cover had like a little tear in it, but I was like, man, whatever.
Sorry.
It's an OG one.
Yeah.
It wasn't your fault. I knew you wouldn't have done that.
Right.
I was like,
yeah, that's the thing about metal. Metal, I feel like metal and rap more than any other genre have been fucking partied on. You know, the records are fucking wrecked. The covers are wrecked.
They are. And then like
you sort of like it's kind of cool, but that's to listen back to.
You know, even so, like the hip hop records too. Like, see, with hip hop, I have this hesitancy with trying to really go hard on because they weren't like limited edition back in the day.
Yeah, but
it's hard to find good, clean copies of
hard
hip hop records, and then they're expensive.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like the combination of all that. I'm like, I kind of can't fuck with it.
Right.
It's funny. It's kind of like I got a Converge album in the mail a couple weeks ago from Gimme Metal. Like Gimme Metal does their like club, their vinyl club.
Oh, cool.
And they did a You Fail Me version. And
sick.
It's so sick. It's so rad. And I was saying, I don't remember who was on. Someone was on the podcast with us. Lane Pittman, Hurricane Lane. It was a very busy week in Florida this week.
Yeah.
But I was explaining to him, I'm like, I can't put myself into collecting Converge because it's so much, dude. It's like, and they do so much cool shit.
Yeah.
And their shit gets expensive too. And I'm like, I have stuff from them, but I refuse to like dive into that.
Right.
So I'm like, it's too much, man.
It's a whole ocean of shit.
Yeah. It's like you could do that by itself and it'd be the hobby.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And, you know, I think about it from time to time and I have to tell myself, no.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm not going to do it with Converge.
And if you're someone like us who's into a lot of music, a lot of different styles,
yes,
you can't have it all.
Right.
You have to be at peace with the idea that you can't.
And that's sometimes you're like, man, I can't. Yeah, you cannot do it. It's impossible to do it. All.
Right. Exactly.
Even if you have the money,
right,
it's still impossible.
You couldn't find it. Right.
So I'm like, I can't because Converge would fucking crush me, dude.
Yeah.
it would kill me. It would end me.
Dude, yeah.
You know, I do Slayer. I got a lot of Slayer shit.
Right.
That's really difficult.
Yeah.
But I also don't go, like searching out of my way, you know, kind of on purpose.
That's cool.
You know, obviously it's a time issue too, but
right.
You know, I'll look and you know sometimes I'll go online and see stuff. Obviously in the record stores I'll look. You never find Slayer shit used in record stores ever.
Cause Slayer's a one like that because everybody knows they're the fucking kings, so everyone wants them. So if I get a Slayer record collections, I'm taking them home. You know, it's like every record store owner's doing that.
And it's like Metallica's big enough to where there's just albums out there people got rid of.
I agree.
But people don't get rid of Slayer. They don't get rid of Slayer. They're like, no, fuck that, I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
You know, Dylan would appreciate this, and I haven't spoke to him about it, but Deftones Adrenaline turns, what year? It came out in 95 today. How old is that?
I can't do the math, but
what's the math on that?
That's old.
I don't know. 27? God, 27 years.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Do you remember when it dropped?
Oh, yeah. No, I do.
Yeah?
1,000%. I was like sick. All in. Like that, I was all in on that band.
That's awesome.
Right off the rip. I was like, and Madonna put it out? Are you kidding me?
That's right.
It was Maverick Records.
Right.
Like, yeah, like Maverick. It was Madonna. Like,
so cool.
She was like aware of them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
She didn't just have them signed and then like whatever, just put out something on my label.
Right.
No, she like met them beforehand and shit.
Dude, that's amazing.
But yeah, when that album came out, I definitely remember it very vividly. I got it in 5 points.
Amazing.
I don't remember the name of the record store, but there was a very good record. There was a couple of record stores in 5 points.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it.
Right.
If you said it, I'd probably know.
I know. I can't remember it either, and it's a little before my time, but I was like cleaning records the other day and a receipt fell out of one for a record store in 5 points. Like I looked up the address.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. And it was like the receipt was on one of those like old printer papers that has the circles on the sides, you know, the old
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to say there was an Einstein's in 5 points.
Yeah, there was.
And there was one at the beach, but there was one. We talked about Einstein's on a recent episode. Was it last week? With Dave.
There definitely was one.
Because Einstein's, used to be a club out at the beach too, and it used to bring legendary artists, like Nirvana and James Addiction and shit.
I know.
I saw Royal Trucks there.
Oh,
that was
cool.
like the height of my celebrity there. But Roy's Works was fucking
Just
cool.
even
Cool.
having gone to Einstein's is
it was definitely a cool venue. I was definitely on the tail end,
right.
But there was a shop there that I was saying that I used to buy stickers, like vinyl stickers that you put on your car and shit. Like all they always had different Cure logos and shit.
Cool.
But there was one in 5 Points. But Now Hear This. Was it Now Hear
Now
This?
Hear This, dude. That's exactly
it.
what it is.
Damn.
Exactly.
Now Hear This. That's where I got Deftones.
Amazing.
Adrenaline for the first time. It was on CD. It wasn't on vinyl.
That's amazing. Now Hear This.
Dude, I think I got a vinyl Adrenaline picture disc though from Tiger. Maybe
I think you did.
I think I got that,
dude.
Maybe I missed it. I don't remember. I think I got it,
dude.
So I'm not the biggest Deftones fan,
right?
Dylan's obviously the guy, but I do love the first 2 albums.
Yeah,
I love the first 2 albums. Third album's cool. I do like the last album a lot. I was a fan of it.
Oh yeah, I liked the last album too.
Everything in between, I wasn't really into.
I'm kind of on the exact same page as you.
Like
the first 2 records are cool, and then it loses me completely.
But what's a band sound like when they love Meshuggah, Sade, and Helmet?
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely. Yeah.
They were a new metal explosion. Whatever they want to claim it or not, that's cool. But
right, dude. Tammy, the owner of Einstein's, came in a Tiger and told me it was a good store, and
that's sick.
It was a little badge of pride for me, I was like,
yeah, no, dude, I remember Tammy.
Yeah.
I forgot that was her name, but now you say it, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And she would be at the stores all the time,
right?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
She loved Tiger, and
that is really awesome.
Yeah.
But I feel that, man. I think the spirit's there.
Thank you.
I definitely do. I definitely enjoy being in that store, and I love that every time I go in there, there's people in there too, dude. Yeah. Like I hate it because I fucking hate shopping around people when I'm in a record store.
Yeah.
But I love it because I'm like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
And I've been in this store where I'm like, I can't even look right now because it's too packed.
Oh, dude, thank you. It's feels good.
What's the coolest metal album you had in there?
Damn.
Would you say?
Dude, you know what's funny is I've had all. It's just gonna drive you nuts, but I've had all of the first 4 Slayers and took them all home at different times.
Oh wow!
So now I have probably near mint copies of the first 4 Slayer records.
Oh, that's sick. That's perfect. That's great.
And it's funny because you and a couple other homies and a guy named Dan who's just a good customer. Everyone wants Slayer stuff, even if you're just getting doubles or upgrading to a nicer copy, And even the kind of more civilian fucking rock guys fuck with Slayer.
Yeah.
It's undeniable, and I've taken them all home. But I've sold some stuff. Recently I sold the true first pressing of Ride the Lightning on Megaforce
with the green print, the misprint.
No, not the misprint one. The green one cover is sick. I've never had that.
All right, I'm on the list.
You're on the list. I'll get the call.
Short list.
You'll get the call. Yeah, but it's pre-electro.
I've never seen it.
Dude, me neither.
In person. I've never seen it in person. But that's definitely on my short list of all the old Metallica shit. You see that they're doing that show in at Hard Rock in Hollywood. 7,000 cap room. They're doing it for Johnny Z, the dude who pretty much found them.
Yeah.
It's them and Raven.
Oh, shit, that's awesome.
They have but they're doing an ode to Johnny Z and his wife Marsha, who passed away.
Damn.
But yeah, they're apparently doing that era Metallica. They're going to lean towards. I'd imagine they do other stuff.
Right.
I'd hope they do other stuff also,
sure.
but supposedly they're leaning heavy towards the early shit, which is cool.
Sick.
But Metallica's like that too. I love everything up until the Black Album, and then I love the new album. But everything in between, I was not a fan of.
Right.
All the Saint Anger and
me too.
Load and Reload. Nope. That wasn't it. That wasn't it, guys. Not for me.
Yeah,
Hey, good for them though. Like fucking biggest band on the planet.
I know.
But yeah, I'm gonna go see that show, and I'm pretty excited.
Oh, you
about
are? You're gonna go?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. Me and my brother are gonna go.
Dude,
my brother got me into. I don't know if you ever met my brother.
No, I never met your brother.
Yeah, he got me into. Son of a bitch. He got me into metal, dude.
It's a blessing
His
or
fault.
a curse.
His fault, dude.
Dude, I got a special connection to the Black Album because I don't know how old I was when that came out, but I got a sister who's 5 years older, and she was the perfect age. I was young for it. She was the perfect age, and that was her cassette for a while. And every day, for probably half of a school year, she would wake me up every morning by putting the boombox up to my sleeping face and fucking hit play. I'm like, yeah. So
you hate it.
No, yeah, it's a little annoying. But I can't hear any of those songs without immediately going back to like being woken up. Pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm not good at being woken up like by loud shit like that.
Yeah, it's not the best.
I don't know. Maybe if it's that, I wouldn't mind so much. I did like that album.
Yeah,
it wasn't my favorite from him, but I did like it.
Yeah.
It's insane how big it is.
I know.
I think it still sells like
dude,
more than. Do you sell like a lot of new copies of shit like that?
I do. Oh yeah, I bet I saw 2 copies of that thing a week still.
That's insane.
And it's expensive. Like they really hiked the prices up on that record, and it's still.
Yeah, I know they're and like new copies, right?
New copies, yeah.
That's
dude. Yeah.
What's the most new copies you sold that you were like, you know what I mean, like would you say like really was like, holy shit, this thing won't stop selling?
Okay, there's 4 that I know are the biggest 4, and one is crazy, but the first one maybe not exactly in order, but I think probably Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
love
I know.
it.
I love it too. I love it too. Saw it every day, almost every day.
I love that. Yeah.
And it's like people from 14 to 65 by that record.
That's great.
You know,
dude.
it's like we all
imagine being that.
I know,
being able to do that.
Right. We all know that record rules. Like,
yeah, it's great shit. Like that is good fucking music.
It is, dude. It is. After that, Nirvana Nevermind.
Wow.
Yeah. Cannot keep
Wild.
that in stock. I know. Can't keep that in stock. Impossible. Kind of the same thing. 14 to 65.
Wild.
Yeah.
Not as impactful to me as Rumors was.
That's cool.
Just saying.
Dark Side of the Moon, which I guess is the most obvious one.
Yeah, I get it.
And then, you know what the 4th one is? Because it's only been out for a fucking year. Goddamn the new Turnstile.
I love that, dude. I did get a Turnstile from you guys.
Yeah, dude.
And I missed out on all those pressings on the latest one.
Oh, right. Damn.
I'm like, fuck, man. I like slept on it for like an hour.
Dude.
And I'm like, oh, shit, it's all gone.
It's all gone. Dude, I was ordering those. I was ordering so many of those. Like, they'd be back in stock, and I would order like 100 copies. And my rep from the distributor, whose job it is to sell me records, was like, hey, man, could you pump the brakes on ordering Turnstile? Because I would like to have some copies for other stores.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's never said that.
That is not your job, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, holy fuck. Because what it was is that, you know, being a store that's kind of rooted in hardcore, I knew the impact before the other stores had. So I was buying and going, I could probably sell 100 copies of this.
I know it's going to move, yeah.
Right. And then other stores are probably just like a few months behind on the hype or whatever.
Dude, I miss working in record stores because, you know, I was that guy. I was working at a CD warehouse.
You got me a job at a record store.
Did I?
At Smash.
Oh, that's right, dude. We worked. Holy shit, I forgot about that. Oh my god, yeah, that was fun working there. Mm-hmm. Was that dude Joe? I think was the manager there or something where he knew all the house shit.
He knew all the house shit.
And I remember him.
I can picture his face.
Me. Yeah. He looked like he kind of looks like the dude from that You show, if I'm not mistaken, or acted like him.
I don't know it.
It's on Netflix. It's kind of like Dexter.
Oh,
Dude's
cool.
kind of like a weird narcissistic killer.
Cool.
Yeah, he was kind of like that. But he was cool though. But I remember he would break down like progressive house and you know like the different kind of house music, and I guess it's called EDM now.
Right.
But I remember like, all right, this is like hard house and Chicago house,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I didn't know about any of this shit.
Right.
And he'd be like, all right, this is why it does this.
Yeah.
This is why, you know. And I was like, oh shit,
dude. I had the exact same crash course, and I remember you telling me like, okay, Joe works every Sunday. You got to work a Sunday with Joe so he can school you on electronic music.
The motherfucker knew his shit.
In case anyone asked. But at the time, we were selling a lot of those records.
We were, and it was cool because it was like kind of like a comic book store where people come in once a week, and he'd have their records for them.
Right.
And I would do that when I was working at CD Warehouse. I would have albums put aside for people going, I know they're going to want these.
Right.
Dude, I remember Korn Follow the Leader came out, and we did a midnight release.
Oh, that's cool.
And God, what else? There was something else that came out. There's a couple of things that came out. I don't remember what it was, but I always wanted to have other stuff. If there was something coming out, like I wanted people to, but one of the big ones was Vision Sort of Imprint.
Yeah.
And I remember the district manager got mad because I ordered so many. I was like, no, dude, I'll get rid of these.
I'll sell them.
And he's like, He's like, man, nobody knows who this band is. But I'm like, I'll get rid of them. And dude, sure enough, on that midnight release, got rid of tons of them. And all I had to say was like, hey, you like Korn? Cool. Check this out. It's got Phil from Pantera on it because he was fucking on one of the song 4 or something. Cool. He was, and you couldn't tell the difference between the two of them singing, which is funny.
Oh, right.
But if you ever get the chance, I think it was on MEEP podcast. Have you ever listened to MEEP? So it's about Roadrunner bands.
Oh, cool.
It's fucking great fucking podcast. It's fucking great. Shout out to MEEP. I'm going to have MEEP on here. One of these days I have to do that. I have a Roadrunner heavy episode. But they had Vision Disorder on.
Cool.
Or Tim from Vision Disorder, and he kind of explains meeting Pantera and going to record that with them, and it's cool. It's a cool listen. If you guys want to listen to a cool podcast, that's what it's cool stories.
The imprint, I'm 90% sure this is right, but I got the imprint CD when I was really young, and open it up, and there's a press photo. In the press photo, maybe the singer, one of them is wearing a Black Flag shirt. That's the first time I ever heard of Black Flag.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's pretty sick.
I know, yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I know, and it was I don't think Imprint was, but the debut album that was on Roadrunner was a Imprint from Shelter, from Ray from Shelter.
Oh, crazy!
It's his Imprint.
Damn, that's awesome.
But that reminds me of Bane. Ironically, you being in Bane.
Yeah,
because of you got into Bane. You tell the story of how you got into Bane. This is a good story because you worked with me at the Imperial,
right? Yeah,
which was a venue in Jacksonville where we did lots of hardcore and metal and underground shit.
Yeah, oh god,
did goth stuff and underground hip hop, punk rock. It was the idea was like this is the underground community for anyone who wants to be part of an underground community.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, speaking of that, before I even get into that story, which is a good story, I recently found a few flyers of the whole a whole month's concert calendar.
Yeah,
and a flyer from that era.
Jeez,
and I'll text you some photos, and it's insane. I mean, thanks to you were booking it, but how many insane shows were every fucking night, just underground music every fucking night of the week. And at the time, maybe everyone didn't realize how insane that was.
Yeah, because I've seen stuff like that. It's cool seeing it again because I'm always find something new.
Yeah.
I'm I don't remember it being as constant as that.
Right. And bands were just on tour back then too. Bands were just fucking on the road.
Yeah. Which they are now, but it's not. It's just different.
Yeah, it's just different. I don't know.
Maybe they're not as big, or they're bigger now, or tours are bigger now. The underground isn't as underground anymore.
Oh, that's a good point.
Even the underground bands, there's a lot of business behind it. Where before it was just literally a fucking band was just no man, we want to tour. We're playing with our friends. Yeah. A couple of bands are going on tour together.
Right.
And even the agents back then were just people working from their bedrooms. And
right.
Now it's a little bit more corporate involved, which things progress. I get that.
Right.
But yeah, definitely send some of that to me.
I will.
That's
yeah,
interesting.
Dude. Yeah, I found 3 or 4 of them.
You could set up, we'll put it up on the, we'll have Brett add some pictures up so people can look at some of the shit we used to do.
So we're working at the Imperial together. And I wish I knew what year this was. What year do you think this is? I'm bad at this kind of shit.
I couldn't even begin to guess. Was it 2000, 2001?
Yeah, that's pretty close. Because that would be 20 years ago. 20 years
Holy
ago.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's
about right. Ago? Yeah, because I was a fucking teenager.
Yeah, you were young.
Dude, because I remember, all right, Mikey was my boss of my life at this point. Mikey's my boss at the Imperial, got me my job there. And I remember when I got hired at...
Boss is such a weird word.
I know, sorry.
But
in the coolest sense of the word, Mikey's my boss then. And then I remember because... So Smash Music was a record store, but it was attached to a kind of smoke shop.
Yeah, a head shop. Yeah, and it had the tattoo shop.
Right, that's right.
Stevie worked that. Shout out to Stevie.
That's right, Stevie.
Stevie was the best.
She was.
Still is.
Yeah.
Still is the best.
And you remember, so obviously they sold fucking pipes and bongs and shit. So you had to be 18 to work there. So it wasn't, so I was working in the Imperial when I was 17. And when I finally turned 18, you're like, oh, you can get a job at the record store.
Oh, shit.
You can come work here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, fuck yeah, finally I'm 18.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Imperial had a big basement, which is the weirdest thing in Florida. I don't think I've ever been
Very weird thing. Basements in Florida was weird.
Yeah.
And then we lived, well, you didn't live there, but we lived in a house that had a basement, if you remember.
Oh, yeah, the murder house?
The murder house, yeah.
The murder house had a
Yeah,
basement.
it had a basement.
Wow.
Fucking weird, dude.
That
And
is
Gacy,
weird. Gacy.
that's how Gacy got his nickname. Because I'm like, you fucking live in a fucking basement in Florida with a crawl space. And you
Yeah.
look like Gacy.
He does.
You look like John Wayne Gacy. God. Shout out to Gacy.
Shout
I
out
talk
to
to him
Gacy.
every once in a while. I'll see him, and
That's
he's
awesome.
doing well.
Good. Dude, I love that dude.
It's wild.
So there's this big basement at the Imperial, which was very weird, which became mostly just like a storage thing. Had a lot of gear, furniture.
Literally thrown down there.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
a fucking mess.
Yeah,
It was such a mess.
it was. And one day, I don't know why, but I'm down there cleaning. And actually, I think maybe I do remember why, but I don't know if it's that good of a story. But the short story is that's when Hey Mercedes was coming, and
Oh, man. God.
and we wanted to have like a kind of a little green room.
That's right. We wanted to have something good for them to hang out in.
Yeah. There wasn't a green room at the Imperial, and we're like, oh, fuck it, we'll just clean up the basement.
Because we had the upstairs, but it wasn't, we didn't have
Oh,
it
yeah,
yet.
that's
as-
right.
We didn't have that as a green room yet.
It was just bands practicing.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, yeah. Because the bigger room was probably, I'm sure, Patriot or something, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe Evergreen Terrace. Evergreen Terrace might have been in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm in the back, and this is when CDs were very cool and valuable still. And I would just randomly find CDs and then just take them. Like, oh, fuck, I got a free new CD
Oh,
from,
yeah.
from the ground. And so I left with like a little stack of CDs. I actually remember, I don't know why I remember this, but I think there was a Darkest Hour CD, a Black Dahlia Murder CD, and a Bane CD. The Whole in This Moment
Wild.
CD. Yeah.
What a cool trio of CDs.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I knew any of them. I mean, I might have known the metal bands, but I definitely did not know what Bane was yet. And yeah, so I just like put them in my car, and then whatever that day or a couple days later, I'm driving around, I put in the Bane CD, and I just hadn't heard hardcore like that yet, really, you know?
Right, right.
Because hardcore that I knew was either much more metal or much...
It was metalcore heavy at that time.
Right.
Very much metalcore heavy.
Right. And like the hardcore was really tough breakdown shit, you know?
Yeah.
And so I hadn't heard this like kind of whatever, you know what Bane sounds like, the Bane sounding stuff, and like blew my fucking mind. And then Bane like quickly became probably my favorite band. And then it wasn't too long after that, I don't know how long, but maybe within the year you booked them at the Imperial.
Man, they were always great. Every
So
time,
good.
dude.
Yeah.
With you and without you.
Yeah.
They were always great. Always. Always the best dudes to deal with.
Yeah.
Always like, man, always left the Bane show going, man, that's the best, dude.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
just the best. Every time, dude. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. It's like, even if you don't like Bane, I'm like, just go to a Bane show.
Right.
You don't have to like them. Just go to a Bane show,
Yeah.
and your fucking life has changed.
Yeah.
You know?
I
was
agree.
like, it's not for everyone. I get that. But just
Right.
go to a show.
Yeah.
And then how many years later, all of a sudden, here you are, fucking
Yeah.
band. So how did you land that?
Okay. So, all right. So I played in Casey Jones.
That's right. Okay, you were in Casey Jones.
Right.
And did Death Before Dishonor tour at
Yep.
some point?
We did Death Before Dishonor. That was like, that was one of our first like bigger tours. And then we did like a European tour with Bane and Unearth and Evergreen Terrace.
Oh, is it Perseverance? Was
Oh,
it a
yeah.
Perseverance tour?
Oh, yeah, is that what it's called?
They do
Yeah.
those every year.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Big,
Sounds like it.
Yep. This big tour. So we shared a bus with a bunch of those bands, and then Bane was one of them. And the dudes in Bane were just never adjusting to the time change, and neither was I. So we would just like stay up all fucking night on the bus, like playing cards or whatever.
Like partying, but not partying.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the straight edge kid version.
The straight
of
edge,
partying.
yeah. The straight
So-
edge party.
Listening to music, talking about music, playing cards, like whatever, all night. I remember every night going to sleep when the sun was up, and then Josh James waking me up when we had to play. We played first in the package, so we played early in the day.
Yeah.
And and there were multiple days, like him coming in my bunk, shaking me awake, and he's like, "Hey, we're on stage."
Like, oh shit!
And then,
What if he put a boombox in your face playing the fucking Black Album? Like, what the fuck?
dude? If he knew that story, he would have.
He would have. Oh, 1,000% he would have. He might do it now, though,
I know.
if he hears this.
So then we would go on stage. Sometimes I'd been awake. Like sometimes I wouldn't even have a morning piss, and I'd be playing that a set in front of like 1,000 people because it's like
it fucking would smash. Yeah. Those Perseverance tours smash.
But yeah, so me and the Bane dudes really fucking connected. Got really, really tight because it's like we're sharing this bus for weeks.
Yeah. And they're fucking great dudes, man.
They're
fucking.
And then I would just kind of roll with them. Yeah, doing merch, whatever they needed. Occasionally, if they were doing a U.S. thing, and if I was free, I'd be like, "Yo, can I come roll?" And then I'd always go roll. And then, then casually as fuck, Aaron Bedard just texted me one day. It was like, it was literally something like, "Hey man, how's life going?" And no, actually, let me back up. I had texted him because I saw they were doing this like run to United Blood, so I knew they were doing this East Coast thing, and I was like, "Yo, can I hop in the van and roll with you guys?" And he didn't respond like all day, which was pretty unusual for him. I was wondering why he didn't hit me back. And then instead of saying, "Yeah, get in the van," he responds back with, "How is life going?" And I was like, I don't know, life's cool, fine.
I guess, yeah.
And I kind of started telling him like Loma Prieta was just writing a new record, and I was like, Loma's writing a new record, and
so you and Loma first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'd kind of just started dating Myra, and I was like, I have this girlfriend, it's going well, and all this stuff. And he hits me back with some cryptic ass shit like, "Oh man, I'm so glad everything is going well, like, but I want you to know you were on the short list." And I was like, "Short list for what?"
Taking me out? What?
Yeah. And I was like, "For what?" He's like, "Oh, Bane needs a new bass player." I was like, "Bitch, keep me on that list."
I
what
know,
the fuck?
holy shit. I should be the only.
Yeah. And I was like,
this should be a really short list.
Yeah. And he's like, "I mean, you can have it if you want to. You're the first choice, but I don't want you to fuck up your life." And I was like, "Let me be the judge of that."
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, "I'm flying to Boston. Let's go." And then I joined Bane.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so sick. I was really bummed that you didn't give me a heads up about that last show because I would have been there. I would have went.
Damn.
But
should have.
Which is a crazy show, like for that was for Stu. Where was that? Was it in Boston?
Yeah, Boston House of Blues.
It was a House of Blues too, right? Yeah.
I should hit you up.
What a cool lineup too that was.
I know.
Bouncing Souls was on there.
Bouncing Souls, Sick
right?
of It All, H-Joe. Every one of those bands played for free.
That's amazing. That is so amazing.
Every single one.
And you know what? Not surprising, dude. Because I think that's the kind of power that all the dudes in Bane have given out,
right.
to the world.
Yeah.
Let alone an underground scene. I think Bane's a really powerful band beyond what they get credit for.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have to know that, right? They have to know that. They're probably really humble about it, but they
are very humble, but yeah.
I think that they are a super important band.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what you call it, dude. Like, I mean, it's just a fucking hardcore band, dude. To me, like, there is no, like, fucking, that is the epitome of hardcore right there.
Right.
Sick of It All, like bands like that, like, that is like hardcore, like, and that's, Bane always, like, they never faked it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, some of the bands, man, like, you deal with and you're like, all right, man, you sound really cool, but you're kind of not.
Right. When
those
you
motherfuckers,
face
dude.
Face,
yeah, dude, those always, dude, were always down.
Dude, I agree.
I've always appreciated that.
I agree.
And even now, dude, like, even when I see some of the guys, like, Zach does a lot of tours,
sure.
with, Code Orange and Turnstile. I think he does Turnstile.
Yeah, he does.
Every time I see him with those bands, he's still same dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, holding it down.
For sure.
Just having a great, just whole persona,
Yeah. He's the real deal for sure.
Cool.
Should I tell what that, not to be a downer, but should I tell what that show was?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, our really good friends too, Boston guy, worked at the Boston House, managed the Boston House of Blues, and
he managed that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And previous bass player Bane.
Yeah, previous bass player. Yep.
And touring guy, he toured Guitar Tech, the Boss Tones, the Dropkick Murphys.
That makes sense.
Against me at some point, yeah. So, he got sick. He had cancer, and he was really sick, and he was like, let's do a show. Like let's do like a kind of this real bucket list show.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, who do you want? And he's like, I want Bouncing Souls to headline. And everyone's friends with him, Bouncing Souls guys. And we were like, hey, Zach reached out. I was like, hey, Stu wants to throw a show together, House of Blues. Like, what would it cost to get you guys down here for that? And they're like, give us a date. We're doing it for free.
I love that.
like, wow, because they're a fucking big band, especially in Boston. You know, like in places like that, like the Northeast. I don't know what their guarantee is, but it's a lot of money to.
It's a lot of money,
right? Just to.
I know that they get paid well.
I bet they do.
Well earned money. You know, I'm not saying
sure.
they get paid too much. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But they do. You know.
Yeah.
They you know, look, they pack venues.
They do.
And,
exactly.
And anyone packing venues deserves to get paid. So yeah, it definitely is not cheap for them to play for free.
Right. Exactly.
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
That's super sick.
And then he said, "I want Sick of It All to play," and the same exact thing Zach calls Sick of It All. They're like, anything will be there. And you know, like Pete lives in Florida, lives in Daytona.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, lives in Daytona. And we were like, "Can we cover your flight?" And he's like, "No way."
I didn't know he lived in Daytona.
Yeah, it was Daytona.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
And we were like, he's like, "No way, I got the flight." Okay. And then he said, "Okay, what about H2O?" Same exact thing. Hits up Toby. What do you guys need to play? We got you.
And he's come from L.A.
Exactly. And he's like, nothing. We don't need anything. And we're like, flights, hotels, anything? No.
Wow.
Okay. And then some buddies of ours that are local there called Rebuilder. And Stu was like really close to them. Rebuilder, of course, like, yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we want a lot of money.
20 grand for Rebuilder.
We'll do it, but we want to get paid. We want hotels. 5 minutes from our houses.
Yeah. And then Stu was like, and I want Bane to play. And we had broken up, you know, had no talk of a reunion thing. We said, fuck it, we'll do it. Like, we'll fucking do it. And he's like, that's what I want. I want Bane to play. And we said, okay. And then I said, we said, can we not announce it? You know,
right.
Like,
because you guys did not promote that you were playing.
Right. Yeah. No one knew. I mean, no one fucking knew. And I got like 50 angry text messages later that night. You're probably one of them, yeah. And we said, sure, we'll fucking play. And then he said, let's do the House of Blues. We asked the owners, you know, the real people at the House of Blues. They said, you have the room for free.
Fuck.
Yeah. And it was not cheap for anyone that works in the
House of
industry
Blues is
knows.
not.
Yeah. So.
And rightfully so again.
Sure.
Fucking House of Blues is known to be,
yeah,
any one of them, phenomenal, right?
Right. Oh, God, amazing.
Even the one at Disney that turns bands down to play there.
Yeah. Right. I've heard of that. So everything's free. All the money just goes straight to Stu's medical bills and to Stu's family. And then,
wow,
very sad twist story. He actually passed away before the show.
He didn't make the show.
So we asked his wife, our good friend Lee, we said, what do you want to do? She said, everything, do everything exactly as planned. So
I love that. I man,
yeah,
goosebumps like crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah, we put his bass on the stage, put a spotlight on it. It was there the whole
heavy.
day.
That's an emotional.
It was.
God.
It was the most bittersweet night of my life, maybe, because it's so fun to get the band back together and play those old songs. We hadn't been together in 5 years. But then for why you're doing it,
yeah.
Really
Was it filmed at all? Is it going to be released?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That would be awesome. Dude.
Yeah.
And just keep on getting the fucking money. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
I'd buy a DVD of that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that would be cool.
That's a what a night, dude. Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Damn.
Oh, but this is kind of funny. Is that so? No one knew we were playing. So it was Rebuilder, H2O, Sick of It All.
Did the other bands know you were playing?
Yeah, other bands knew. Yeah, but I think we even told them a day or two before.
Right. Okay.
Or I think some of them kind of guessed.
Right. Some of them are around. They know better.
Right. So the show sold out, and 2,200 or something. Rebuilder, H2O, Sick of It All. We're gonna come on stage, Bouncing Souls. So the crowd doesn't really know, and we're about to go on. The lights go down. We're fucking nervous and excited. And then, if you know Bouncing Souls and their audience, they start doing the ole, ole, ole chant.
Yeah.
And they're just like, ole, 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 ole. And they're all excited to see the Souls. And then we're like, fuck, what if they don't like us? What if there's not any Bane fans here?
Impossible at that show.
I know. Though. Luckily, we were in Boston.
Yeah, wow.
And I was like, we're going to go out there, come out with like, can we start again? They're just going to throw their PBR cans at our heads or something. But then we played, and it was actually awesome.
And Bouncing Souls fans are given.
Yeah,
that's a good crowd. That's always a good show.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, that's funny though, because they do have that in the beginning. But you are in Boston.
I know. We were nervous.
Wow. Were there any bands that couldn't do it that were asked?
Yeah. I don't know if it's putting on the spot, but
I mean sometimes just people can't.
They
do
couldn't.
Shit. That doesn't
they
mean,
wanted.
Right. That doesn't mean they didn't want to.
Yeah, Avail was asked and just couldn't do it. Yeah. But also,
I'm sure they would have.
Yeah, they were sad they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then we didn't ask them to play the show, but a few days later there was a actual memorial.
Those dudes, I've never met those dudes or worked with those dudes, and I'm not like the biggest Dropkick fan.
Yeah.
But I am a fan of them.
Right. I agree.
And what they just seems like they're always like on the right side of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I appreciate that. And like, they are so loved.
Right.
And there's not anybody that knows them that's like, fuck those dudes.
Yeah.
You never hear that.
You don't. You never do. I agree.
I could appreciate that. All right, let's get going here. Fucking, we're an hour in. Goddamn, what talk, dude? We talk. I know you got to get out of here too, so I don't want to keep you all night. But so just let's see here. Damn, it's already 7:30. Woo,
that's all right.
We'll get this knocked out. Couple of cool things. I don't know if you heard of this, but in Jacksonville, we're doing Meraauder.
Oh yeah,
with Minus, original Meraauder singer.
Amazing.
Really stoked on that. Really stoked on that show.
Believe me, I saw the flyer because everyone I know was posting it a few days ago.
I love it. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Day by Day.
Yes.
Playing sick. You were talking about them earlier. Sick. Florida hardcore. 3 Knee Deep from Tampa.
Yes.
Might be the toughest band in Florida.
I agree.
Are they? I don't know.
I definitely agree.
It could be.
Yeah.
Rhythm Fear will be on there.
Sick.
Ends of Sanity, who's wild.
Cool.
Cool band. I think North Carolina based. But Buddy James. You know James Lucio?
I don't think so.
I think you know James. He used to be in Detriment.
Oh, cool. I better know him.
James. Yeah, James is a rad dude. Green 80 is going to be on it.
Green
and
80's
then,
cool.
I think there's going to be some surprises, man. I'm really stoked. I'm stoked it's happening in Jacksonville, out of all places, because I don't think Meraauder, the Minus years, is going to be happening very much, which is so killer. So I'm really stoked. Shout out to Justin and Mikey T for putting that together.
Yeah.
Awesome dudes. Been friends with them for a long time, especially Justin. I mean, obviously, we've known Justin for a gazillion years.
I got a funny picture of Justin to show you after this.
I love funny pictures of Justin.
I just got
He's going to be like, son of a bitch.
I know. Maybe we can put it on the screen. An old friend from that era texted it to me yesterday. He's these funny pictures I found.
He's a huge Bane fan.
Oh,
he was definitely into Bane way back in the day, and I always appreciated that about him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's a funny story of how him and I met, and this was, I think, in 2000. And Earth Crisis and Glassjaw were on tour together.
Cool.
And it was happening in Jacksonville. The person who booked it wasn't me who booked it, but the person who booked it asked me to be involved because there was contracts, and he was like, I don't know what the fuck to do with these.
Shit.
And he came to me with it. I'm like, I mean, you got to follow the contracts, dude, you know? He had to get catering, obviously a lot of vegan stuff.
Right.
And, had to have the proper sound equipment, which at the time there wasn't.
Right.
But I helped him out. But it was some, this is kind of the era of like the Slither years from Earth Crisis.
Sure.
Which another shout out to Roadrunner. But so and Glassjaw was Roadrunner. But it was kind of new metal, hardcore mix show, and Justin was doing the hardcore thing, and I had to kind of explain to him like the other people didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Oh, right.
And kind of had to keep the peace, so to speak. But he was like, man, I don't know, man. This dude with dreads came up to me in a Hatebreed jersey, and I was like, all right, well, he knows who the fuck Hatebreed is. So,
yeah.
And he knows what I'm doing.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
So yeah, we became friends after that, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool story of how we met.
Yeah. Justin's the best.
Yeah, well, not to everyone. No. True Love Tattoo though.
Awesome. True Love.
Awesome shop. Congrats to him for having that. Oh, shit, how long has he had that now?
Dude,
it's been
years.
like, dude, I think it's like 5 years now or some
5
shit.
years, yeah.
But they're killing it, man. They
know.
do great. That band Fulci from Italy came over not too long ago, and they were awesome dudes. But one of the dudes in the band is a tattoo artist.
Cool.
And he's hyped on True Love Tattoo and was like, oh, man, like, you guys know True Love? Like, so it's cool hearing that, And then it's funny because, apparently everybody kind of rides out on this dude also.
Sick.
So it's kind of cool, like the tattoo industry. Where people respect each other on that level. It's kind of cool that this dude in Italy was all about a shop owned by, our homies,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Fulci's a phenomenal band too, by the way.
Sick.
But yeah, then more homies. I think these guys, Sworn Enemy. They're the best dudes, man. I love these dudes so much. They're going to be they're in Europe right now at Anthrax
Sick.
and Municipal
God
Waste.
damn.
In the UK. They're in the UK.
Sick.
Yeah, super fucking rad. But they're going back overseas with Pain of Truth and
Cool.
Worst Out. I don't know who Worst Out is. I haven't heard of them. This is my first time hearing of them, which is cool that tours do that because now I'm going to check out this band.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Pain of Truth is sick.
Yeah.
And
great.
Probably one of the better bands out right now.
I agree.
And then Sworn Enemy are just fucking, those dudes crush, man, every time. I love when those dudes play. They're real deal.
Yeah.
They're more real deal dudes, and I love it. I love it about them. And then another sick tour. This is more of a death metal tour, death metal kind of thrash with a little bit of thrash thrown in. But Undeath and 200 Stab Wounds co-headliner
Cool.
with Enforced. Enforced is a sick band. I don't know if you gotten into them yet.
Yeah.
But they're a killer band.
Cool.
I think from Virginia. I think they're based out of crossover thrash band. And then Phobophilic. I think that's how you say it.
I don't know.
They're on, I think, Prosthetic. I think they just released the album on. I haven't checked out the album yet, but I'm hearing a lot of hype about these dudes, and I definitely will check it out. I just haven't got around to it. Cool. It's hard to check everything out, dude.
It is, dude.
I try to.
Yeah, me too.
But how do you even keep up? How do you keep up at a record store?
I know. It's so hard.
You know?
I hear about every single record, and then once I hear about it enough times, 3 or 4 times, I'm like, all right, I better listen to this one.
Let me do it. Is there anything coming out that you're like super stoked on? Like for Tiger Records?
Oh, right. I'm sure there is. It's like all in on my computer, though. I know.
Let me ask you a question. And obviously I'm older than you, but do you like, at one point, dude, there was no time where you and I would stutter on saying a band name.
Right.
Like, now I'm like, I can't keep up, dude.
Yeah.
I got to make notes for
Right.
myself.
That's
But like,
really true.
I feel like back in the Imperial days,
Yeah.
like you and I would literally fucking say 1,000 bands in a minute to each other.
Sure.
About, oh yeah, try this band.
Yeah.
This time, they were touring with this band.
That's really true.
That's nowadays it's just so fucking hard.
It is.
God, how do you keep up?
A lot of fucking bands.
How do you keep up? I don't know how to do it. But speaking of bands, though, let's get into some of these bands.
Cool.
Let's get into this. So I think, what we should do first is we should go ahead and play the latest Loma Prieta song.
Oh, great.
Since we got that juicy tip from you earlier. But this song came out in July, I think.
Yeah, we did a short tour in July, and we asked Death Wish if we could release one song to help promote the tour. So,
and they were like, "Yeah,
they said,
sure,
yep,
because we're the best label in the world,
right?
Do it." Death Wish is great, though, man.
I agree.
Death Wish got some cool stuff.
I agree.
You know.
I love those guys.
I don't know if you've been yet, but you probably haven't been. But did you see Bridge 9 opened?
No, that looks sick though.
Yeah, dude. I was like,
Store.
oh shit,
Yeah,
that's fucking killer. They probably have some wild shit in there.
I got to.
So do you go in there and buy it and then bring it to Tiger?
Sometimes
I'm gonna kind of be quiet.
every once in a while.
You're
I'll
like,
do
all
something
right,
like
put like glasses and a hoodie
that.
on.
Yeah. Fake mustache.
Buy some real cool shit.
Yeah.
Bring it back down to Jack's.
It's happened.
All right, let me go ahead and I'm gonna play this track. This track is called Sunlight, and we're just gonna play it from the start, dude.
Cool.
Hang on, let me turn off the Bluetooth there. All right, let it rip. It's gonna be loud. Dude, how awkward is it sitting and listening to your own song on a podcast?
Yeah,
on YouTube.
A little weird.
It's right. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that shit's hard, dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you play bass in Loma, right?
Yeah.
How do you guys do that, man? Well, you're in Jacksonville and
Oh, dude, and one guy lives in New York now.
oh
I know.
Do you do like over the computer and shit?
Oh, see, the thing is that none of us are good with that kind of shit.
Okay, good, right? See, 'cause I wouldn't know where to fucking start.
Dude, not one member of that band at all is like techie software computer guy, which you think we should be because we're like a nerdy ass band, but we don't know how to do it.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
totally think that somebody would be, but
Yeah.
So that's got to be a little
it's hard,
complicated there,
especially during the pandemic and like.
Oh shit!
His record was kind of written that way, so yeah, like kind of writing riffs on fucking voice memos and texting to each other, but like it's just I don't know. We're not good at writing that way. We're good at writing in a room, playing loud, like working together.
Right.
So it took us a long
organically,
right? So it took us a long time, but
it's all recorded now.
Yeah,
it's all recorded and ready to go. It's just waiting on the release date. Right.
Yep, that's it.
That's cool. That's going to be. Who'd you tour with when you did the little run?
That was our friend's band called The New Trust.
The New Trust.
Yeah, they're cool. They're a California band.
California shit.
Kind of like an indie emo band. Really cool. I think it'll be announced probably by the time this podcast airs, but we're doing like a West Coast thing with Slow Fire Pistol in December.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I saw them. They're touring with someone else recently, and I was just like, oh shit, they're doing some dates with City of Caterpillar.
That's right.
God damn.
I know.
It's
pretty sick.
I thought I was like, oh shit, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, it is.
Slow Fire. They did the Tiger Records show, right? Yeah, last year, December.
Yeah.
Very cool band. They're based out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, they're a very cool band. Damn, that would be good.
Yeah.
And they probably haven't hit the West Coast yet, have they?
That's exactly right.
Oh, that's gonna be killer.
Yeah.
That's gonna be killer.
So it's the first time, so we're all excited. We did an East Coast tour with them, and we shared a van. It was just fun as fuck.
That's killer.
They're like very southern, you know. They're all from like they all live in Atlanta now, but they were all raised in the fucking sticks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, like outside Atlanta, and all the guys in Loma, but me are like, you know, Bay Area, San Francisco guys from
very different,
right? So they really get a kick out of each other. It's like some Beverly Hillbilly shit.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
But it's cool when the mentalities are at least the same.
Yeah.
And you know, like that's where it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you're not some weird racist backwoods motherfucker.
Oh, right.
You know, like,
dude, no way. Yeah, best
you're just,
guys.
you know, things are different.
Dude, I don't know if you're from New York. You didn't do this, but and I did do it when I was a kid. But the guys in Slow Fire are really into it, where you get a glass bottle of Coke and you get a packet of peanuts and you pour all your peanuts in your Coke and you drink it, and it's like salty and chewy.
I've never heard of that ever.
They call it Bubba Tea.
Bubba Tea.
Yeah, like boba tea.
I've never heard of that ever. That's
And,
fucking funny.
So they were making Bubba Tea at every fucking stop, and all the Loma guys were like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Did they try it, the Loma guys?
Yeah, we all ended up doing it.
They were into it?
Yeah, they liked it.
So did you do it like growing up?
A little bit, yeah.
I've never heard of that.
I had
ever.
done it, yeah.
This is the first I've ever heard. I've lived in Jacksonville for a long time now.
Dude.
But I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you got to be like 9 years old, I think, to do it.
That makes sense.
Or in Slow Fire Pistol.
Who stayed 9?
Yeah, we have a group chat right now helping sort out like the dates and the venues and the support for that tour. And yesterday, Blake Hall from Slow Fire Pistol put a picture of his Coke and tea on his table in front of him and said, "Can this be the ad mat? Like, can this be the tour flyer?"
Oh, that's great. Nobody is going to know on the West Coast, though.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
They're going to have no fucking clue.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to do it, but it was.
That's even funnier, though, almost.
I know.
That's. I kind of think you should.
Dude, Bubba Tea. The Bubba Tea tour.
I love that, dude. All right, so let's move on. Let's play Jacksonville kind of Gainesville hybrid band, right?
Yeah.
And this is a band that you released the album on Tiger.
That's right.
And it looks so sick, dude.
Oh yeah. Art is awesome.
The album's great. I don't own this shit. What the fuck? I need to buy it. Great band live. They're insane.
Yeah.
They're currently killing it. It's really cool because they've been around for how long? They've been around? Because it's been a minute.
A couple of years, yeah.
It's been a minute.
It took them a while to get the stride, I think.
And what was a phone number they had too? They had a
yeah. I don't know what it was, but they're like the king. They're like the most trolling band. Someone reviewed this record and they called it like hacker punk, and I thought that was a funny term.
Hacker punk. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I can see that.
You call his phone number, and I don't know, a robot tells you about upcoming shows or plays you a song or something.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. But all right. So this is Pez and Bullshit I Read, and then we'll talk about them more more after we play them a little bit here. I should probably do a fade in and fade out shit, right? So killer, dude.
Yeah, dude, I love it.
That is so killer.
I love it.
I love it, dude.
Well, all the crazy guitar effects. I told them when I first heard it, they sent it to me, I was like, it sounds like fucking Gauze and Hawkwind looking at a funhouse
Holy
mirror
shit.
or something.
Jesus. Dude, Hacker Punk is...
Hacker Punk.
That's a really cool fucking description.
Yeah, I love that.
So that whole album you put out on vinyl, is it just on vinyl? Is there a CD tape also?
Just vinyl.
I know it's been doing well.
Yeah, dude, it has
like
been
everybody's
yeah
talking about them, hyping them up.
Yeah.
You see Pez shirts
You
all
do.
over, which is cool.
I didn't lose a bunch of money.
That's always good.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of not losing money.
Yeah.
I wish that happened more. That's pretty sick. How long was the process of putting it out? Because I know everything's so backed up right now.
Dude, it's terrible.
Sucks.
Yeah. A long fucking time. It's like, it's such a nightmare, really. But you just got to wait, you know? The same thing with the Loma things going on. Same thing. It's just like, you just got to wait. I mean, I think you're looking at least 8 months right now.
Yeah. It's so insane.
And if you're using like one of the big plants that have better prices and maybe better reputation, you're looking at a fucking year.
Yeah, a year. A year on a vinyl.
Yeah.
And thanks to Adele, right?
Dude, exactly.
I mean, it's not their fault, but it's just,
right.
I don't know, man. I know the dude from White Stripes was talking about the major labels getting their vinyl plants back open to try to speed up the process.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Right, because the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, every major label plant had like a dozen plants every label had a dozen plants around the country for that region.
Yeah.
And then when CDs came, they just closed them all. But now all these majors press records again, but they're just using these small plants. There's not enough plants now. It's like, if you're going to press records, open a fucking plant.
And there's not even enough people at the plants.
Yeah, or that knows how to repair them. No one knows how to repair that old shit.
So insane. It's such an insane process. It's what a weird thing. Again, I think we're living in the we're living in a chaotic world, dude, where it doesn't seem real. You know?
Yeah, it's true.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this band. This is Annihilation Process.
Cool.
Super red thrash band. I think this is their first album or their first song, and they're fairly new actually. I think they got together right before COVID happened. I think they formed maybe right after. I forget. But
Cool.
This band's sick, dude. This album, this song is called "Sickening Madness," and it fucking thrash. So I'm gonna go ahead and press play on it here.
Awaken from a darkened state, manipulating, killing, no control. Darkness and madness consumes my behavior. Death is awaiting with control. Killing is a weakness that cannot be contained. The lust of death draws near. Thoughts of sickening madness, emotions of regret. The end is now clear. Madness, sickness, disguised with crucifixion. Madness, sickness, the torture in the language of create. Wild-minded, angered creature reaches the point of no return. Fire sentiments with hatred. These humans must be burned.
love that shit.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
probably shouldn't even turn it down right then. I could have let it keep on going. Yeah, that's I know people from Condition Critical, Lich King, I think maybe Paralysis. I think who I mentioned prior. I know Dylan and I have spoke about Paralysis on this, but I'm pretty sure someone from Paralysis is in the band too. You know, if I was more professional, I'd do the research beforehand, but you know,
This is cooler.
yeah, dude, it's you know, fuck it, it's punk rock.
Fuck it, yeah.
It's all punk rock, dude.
This is the punk rock metal podcast.
The punk rock metal podcast. Punk rock metal on the brain. But yeah, that band rolls, man. I'm stoked. I know when they first formed, they had to replace the singer quite quickly. I don't remember the details of why, but they did, and they did a great job. And I fucking love that track, and I'm stoked to see them back out doing shit. Annihilation Process, very
Sick.
cool band, very cool band. And then here we're gonna go another. I think, did you put this demo up?
No, actually, Days put it out.
Days is great.
Yeah, Days is great.
Talked about Days last week also.
Cool.
The Sector band from Chicago. I don't know if you listened to them yet.
No, I haven't heard him yet.
Fucking tough as nails. Good
Sick.
shit. But yeah, so Sun Touch House from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Released just a EP. Days Records is great. I love what they're doing. So we'll go ahead and we'll play these guys too. Let me turn this up here. God, I hate doing this mechanical shit. What the fuck is a Sun Touch House? Do you know?
No, I don't. I know it's a reference to a movie. I think that Troy told me, but I forgot.
Yeah. Well, awesome dudes in the band.
Oh, yeah.
Members of Yashira.
Yeah.
The tiger from Boys No Good, right?
yeah, that's right.
The tiger mascot.
That's right.
You think Jeremy still has that?
I bet he does. He better.
Members of True Form.
Yeah.
R.I.P. True Form.
Yeah, R.I.P. True Form.
They were a great band. Yeah, that's Sun Touch House, Days Records, killer.
Oh, yeah.
Killing new stuff from Jacksonville.
Yeah, I don't know when this airs, but
it's going to air Wednesday.
Oh, great.
So.
Okay. Then I'm doing a show for them on October 27th.
Yeah.
Neon,
this is a good
Moon.
one.
Yeah. At Neon Moon. Akulu is on tour from New York. One of my favorite bands going right now.
Akulu's fucking amazing, dude.
I know.
Absolutely love that band.
It's me too, man.
Love them.
Their record fucking blew me away. So Akulu, Jacksonville's Leaving Time, Sun Touch House you just heard, and Pez, who you just heard.
Oh, yeah, Pez is on that too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's killer. Yeah. A little bit of everything on there.
Yeah, mix it up.
So it's definitely a mix and match of cool shit.
10/27 at Neon Moon. You can buy physical tickets at Tiger Records.
And there's only going to be like 10 of them.
I know.
Because Neon Moon's a very tiny.
It's like 100.
Tiny spot.
I printed 100 tickets, and that is fucking pushing it.
That is pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there, though, because I love Akulu.
Dude, me too.
And obviously the lineup, Leaving Time and Pez and Sun Touch House would be that first show.
First show.
So
that'd be sick.
Wild.
Yeah.
And you might have to have an early and late show.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
If all the tickets sell,
matinee.
dude. If all the tickets sell out this week, we'll do that. We'll see if the whole band,
all right, you heard it.
Yeah,
you heard it, guys. Tickets sell out
dude.
this week.
Two
Siboni's
shows.
adding another show.
I will. That's a really good idea.
And do a meet and greet at Tiger Records.
Yeah.
Like the old days.
Dude, for sure.
I used to do those at I would go to Slip Disc and Valley Stream, man. That was a legendary record store, dude. That was a
Cool.
legendary record store. I have a vinyl page that I haven't really posted on. I've neglected a lot. But the daughter of the owner of Slip Disc Records is on there. So I've been able to kind of see old history from.
Oh, that's cool.
From a legendary record store I'd go to.
Sick.
As much as possible. And Looney Tunes, obviously Looney Tunes was around back then too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But Slip Disc was the spot. Like that was the
Sick.
spot. And that's where all the metal bands went and signed, like autographs and shit, like fucking Dokken, Slayer.
Oh, cool.
I think Metallica was there.
God damn.
Before me. It was before my time. But
Right.
Yeah, like everybody would go there. It was pretty awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and let's do this band Demoralized, some power violence from Florida.
Oh yeah, my friends from Miami, power violence band from Florida, love this demo. It's like, I don't know, 5 songs and it's probably 4 minutes or some shit.
Yeah, it's very short. We'll just play the whole damn song here.
Cool.
This is actually called Demoralized. We're gonna play the self-titled track from the band.
Sick.
All right, let me turn it up again. I'm gonna knock over my drink doing this. Oh shit.
So good.
That was that. That's half the album right there.
Yo, I love power violence because it's like they always find time for the breakdown. The song will be 1 minute long, but they'll find time for a breakdown.
They always add it in. I mean, that's the violent part, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's the violent part. I love Zulu's Instagram name, Black Power Violence.
Oh yeah, me too.
I love that. It's great. Yeah, that's a Florida band. Are they playing out? Haven't really heard much about them doing shows.
Yeah, I think they played 1 or 2 shows in South Florida.
And their set's probably 10 minutes long.
Yeah, like heard. I forget where
Probably takes longer to set up.
Dude, literally, literally.
I love Power Violence. Who's the best? Who's like the Power Violence band, dude? Like
Infest.
Like Led Zeppelin of Power Violence.
I think Infest. Yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin about
Led Zeppelin of Power Violence.
That's what the hype sticker says on the record.
Nobody would buy it.
Yeah.
Ooh. What about the ACXDCX?
Oh yeah,
I think they're up there.
Me too.
They're like the I don't know, the Doors.
Yeah, they are.
The Power Violence, right?
So
they still
sick.
together? They break up?
I haven't heard from them in a long time. I bet they broke up.
Weekend Nachos.
Oh yeah, they were killing it for a while.
It's hard to keep track, to be honest with you.
I know.
All right, so this is a really cool band. It's a band No Cure, and they just did a split release with Wielded Steel. But this song rips, dude. This song fucking crushes. Let me get to it here. All right, let me turn it up again and not spill my drink. Again, we're not professionals. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
It's gonna be loud. There we go. Any minute now. There we go.
Take
Birmingham, Alabama, if I'm not mistaken.
Cool.
Damn.
Yeah, it's heavy.
I think that's where they're from. They might not be. But they're sick regardless, dude. It's heavy as fuck. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to play the whole thing. This I think, might be the largest selection of songs at the shortest amount of time.
Yeah, sick.
So it's like, fuck it, man. So why not play it? So
Yeah.
play whole songs because they're a minute and a half long. Fuck it.
Right.
Yeah, that band's fire, though, dude.
Yeah, that was cool.
It's cool because like they already released shit kind of recently before that, so it's cool that they still have shit going. They're not just sitting still.
Oh, right.
They release shit pretty quick. Yep, Birmingham, Alabama, straight edge too.
Oh, cool.
You don't hear a lot of that nowadays, right?
Yeah,
Not as much.
Really?
It was prevalent at one time. I don't think it's as prevalent.
Yeah. I
Always
agree.
support it. Always support the edge. You still edge?
Yeah.
You still holding it down?
Still holding it
It's been
down.
a minute.
Yeah, it has.
It's been a minute, dude.
It really has.
Like a couple of decades.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this one. Let's see if I get the button right. I always forget which button it is, dude. We're gonna try it.
I'm excited. What's going on?
I don't know. We're gonna try it. Hang on. If I fuck it up, yes.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
I got it. All right.
Perfect.
So this is the segment of the show where I open up shit that I get randomly. Oh, my bad. I should have told you to just bring shit with you, which I don't think I did. That was my fault. Oh, I need to get my sword though.
Wow.
So dude, we got letter opener swords.
Amazing.
From Mike Kelly sent them to us
Sick.
because Dylan would always yell at me trying to open these records, and I was like, man, once we get something cool like a letter opener that looks metal,
Yeah. That's
we'll
it.
make it happen.
That is the one that exists probably.
And Dylan definitely likes me to open things first. It's no fun.
Save some time. No, I like this too.
Yeah, no.
This is suspenseful.
It's like, does he cut himself? Does he not cut himself? We'll see.
That's right.
It's not very sharp, though. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm watching you. It doesn't seem like it's like
No, this is... All right, here we go.
you got to sharpen it.
Here we go. I know. I need a freaking... Some type of sharpener. The blade sharpener thing.
Yeah. It is metal.
Where do you even get that? I guess you get it online, I'm sure, but...
Yeah.
What's it called? Just a blade sharpener?
I guess. No idea. It's like a little...
I'm not a knife guy.
Yeah, they're mine.
I'm not a knife guy, so I never really got into that. Yeah, they really did a good job on this one.
Good Discogs rating for this seller here. Well packaged. 5 stars.
There we go. Oh, this is cool. In human condition. Little
Cool.
patch. Nice little patch there. Have you listened to In Human Condition?
No.
Killer death metal from Florida.
Sick.
Kind of like supergroup shit,
Okay.
Bunch of dudes from bands got together and fucking made it killer. It's got bass player Terry Butler from he was in Death.
Cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's in Obituary.
Cool, yeah.
They got a little note.
Dude,
right?
thanks, Mike.
They got a little post-it note with the
Their logo on it?
Condition logo.
Sick.
Sick. I like that. That's
Damn,
pretty awesome.
I've never seen that.
I'm
That's
a fan
good.
of that. That's cool.
Very personalized to Mike. I like that.
Yeah, it's weird though because it's got the shrink wrap on it,
But it's kind of open.
but it is open. So I have to take the shrink wrap off.
Yeah, that's weird. Or is
yeah.
it a really tight poly bag? Can't tell.
Let's see. Got to check the variant.
That's right. Cool.
Yeah, that's
Matches
pretty
the
sick.
lights in
it
here.
does match the lights. You kind of probably see right through it. It's got a little bit of a marble to it.
Yeah, it's nice.
This record rips though, dude. These guys are just riff beasts.
Cool.
Just heavy ass shit. Some killer death metal, Florida style.
Who put it out?
I think they put it out themselves. To be honest with you.
Oh, that's cool.
No, Listenable Insanity Records.
Hmm.
I kind of feel like they did.
Yeah.
I feel like that might have been them.
maybe. Looks nice.
Yeah, it's the album came out a minute ago. But yeah, man, killer band. I dig them. Oh, it's signed. They signed it too.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice.
Oh, that's why they had to open the shrink.
Florida's Death Dealers. Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it.
Dude from the Absence is in there. Remember
Oh,
the
cool.
Absence?
I do.
Very, very killer band though.
Oh man, I got a good Absence story, kind of.
Oh, let's do it. Let's hear it. I'm liking the stories.
You're like loosely involved too. You weren't there, but you're involved. You and Eddie or you and Rory booked like a battle of the bands at skate park at Tampa, and you guys didn't go, but you sent me, and he asked me to be a judge. So I like.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you're like, hey, we're doing this show. Can you be a judge? It's 10 local bands or something.
Right.
I said sure. And
look, anytime we did that shit was fair.
Yeah.
We legit were like, no, we want you to be a fair judge.
Well, this isn't a good story then.
Son of a bitch.
So it's about I look really bad in this story, but I apologize to anyone. So there's a lot of bands. They're local bands. They're young. They're not so good yet. Whatever. I'm not hating.
Right.
I've been in plenty of terrible bands.
Yeah.
But at the time I liked to skateboard a lot, and I got bored. So maybe like 3 bands in, I left.
Oh wow.
And then just went, because it's attached to the skate park at Tampa.
Yeah. Right.
And I just went and skated for a few hours. And then I came back. And one of the guys, other judges, was someone from the Absence.
Gotcha.
And he did a very good job. He was taking notes on the fucking
I love
bands.
it. I love that.
Yeah. On like tone, stage presence, like a rating system.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah. Shout out that guy, not me. So I get back while the last band is on. And I was like, yo, can I read? Can I look at your notes? Can I cheat? Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. We don't know each other. We're not friends or anything. He's like, yeah, I guess. And he's got it on a fucking yellow legal pad. And I'm just looking at what the description kind of, he'd be like, death metal, crazy good solos, like awesome stage presence, whatever. And I was like, just kind of picked the band that sounded the coolest, and that's who got my vote.
Do you know who won? Do you remember?
Dude, I do not remember. But I had to go on stage and like announce it, and they were excited. I hadn't even seen it. And then
you guys rock, man.
Yeah,
you guys were on stage.
You guys deserve this.
You guys were on stage.
I was like, you guys are really good drummer. And then afterwards, settling up with the venue and stuff, getting ready to go home, and like a dad from one of the kids in one of the bands comes up to me and is like, oh man, I really thought my kid's band was going to win. Why didn't they win? What could they work on? Like,
let me go look at that notepad.
Yeah, dude. And I just had to bullshit. I was like, oh, they were so good, man. They were this close. They were second place. I was like, oh, there was actually a tie between the judges, and they almost got it.
And watch it like some big Tampa band.
Dude, now they're just the hugest band.
Under oath. I don't know who's from Tampa. I don't even know.
Right.
Wow.
But yeah. So I'm sorry to you and Rory and Eddie, whoever booked the show, because I skated instead of judged.
I mean, whatever. It worked. Right?
It worked, yeah.
What was it for?
I think it was to open one of the huge summer fests or something. One of the big summer.
Yeah, we did some of those, like the Headbang for the Highway. They had those.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
And you'd open like Summer Slaughter.
Exactly, dude.
Like
I think it was one of those type things, a Summer Slaughter type thing.
We kind of did some of those for Southeast Beast too.
Okay, yeah.
Not always a fan of those, but at the same time, I'm like, I understand them.
Right.
So I'm not against it, but they have to be done right, which apparently you didn't do it right, but whatever. Hey, luckily the dude from the Absence was there doing it right. Though.
He did, man. I can't remember who the third judge was, but they were. That
would make sense if it was like Summer Slaughter and shit. He was probably like tied in with them.
Yeah.
They probably had like their own people too.
Oh, right.
But all right. So now that we know that some band got their careers kiboshed in Tampa, all right.
That's what you get for putting a venue attached to the nation's greatest skate park.
Is it the nation's greatest or is Kona?
Dude, skate park at Tampa, I think. Kona's the oldest.
Kona is the oldest.
And it's very cool also, but.
All right, let's see. This is a box of 7 inches
Oh,
for
fun.
some reason. And oh shit, there's a lot of fucking stickers and shit. Oh, it's Twin Temple shit. Have you listened to Twin Temple?
No.
Oh, dude, these guys are great. Like doo-wop. Satanic doo-wop.
What?
Yeah, doo-wop that will. That's very, very cool band. They're very good at it. It's like I think they're a husband and wife.
Cool.
It's like a duo. Like he plays guitar, and they have like a band that's hired.
Okay, cool.
That's like their whole.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like
Sick.
dark as shit. Like albums on Rise Above.
Cool. Rise Above does good shit.
Yeah, they do very cool shit. But it sounds weird, but it's really fucking good. It's done very well. Of course, their stage show is amazing. They're playing Atlanta this week. That I'll probably drive up there and go catch them.
Sick.
Because they're worth it. Man, they sent me a shitload of stickers.
They did.
Goddamn.
Ton of free shit. Also signed.
Yeah, they sign a lot of their shit.
Cool.
Posters, cool ass posters. What's that? Not suitable for. Well, that's.
Oh yeah, not safe for work.
Yeah. There you go. A bunch of posters and vinyl. Oh, you know what it is? It's different pressings of 7 inches.
Cool.
And I'm a nerd. Collect their shit.
Yeah. Collect their shit.
Clear.
Cool.
Yeah, dude. Twin Temple is very obviously cult like.
I can see.
In more senses than one. Their fan base is very, cult like. They did a run with Ghost, which is
sick.
cool.
Cool,
It was very fitting.
That's perfect.
They don't sound anything like Ghost, but that's even better. Those sometimes are the best things.
I agree.
Very LA band.
Cool.
But I saw them with Amigo the Devil
Cool.
for the first time in Orlando, and they were just fucking phenomenal. God, they were so good. Cool. All different kind of pressings. The red light kind of makes it look different.
Yeah.
But very cool band. Very excited about them. They have Bridge City Centers on tour with them right now.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like put them in a lane,
Right.
because
like
they're kind of like very metal-esque,
Yeah.
but they're not metal at all. Like when you listen to them,
Yeah.
but their lyrics and theatrics and the looks of them,
Yeah.
super metal.
It's really interesting.
I love them. Got Dixon here. I'm not sure which one this is. Have you heard of Dixon?
Mm-mm.
So it's like a flannel company. They
cool.
do work shirts.
Oh yeah.
And they just sponsor Gnostic Front Sick of It All tour.
Oh, that's cool.
That happened in Jacksonville.
Dude, you know what? Greg Harbor, the skateboarder,
Yeah.
I think he's affiliated with them because he gave me some Dixon stuff they got for free that didn't end up fitting him, and I like it.
Oh wow.
I got a flannel. It's like black.
Yeah,
and
I have.
nice.
So they do band ones.
Oh.
So I got Slayer, a couple of Slayer ones.
Cool. Sick.
Suicidal Tendencies.
Sick.
This one here, I'm not trying to ruin the surprise, but it's this is a Black Sabbath one.
Sick.
Black Sabbath Volume 4. Take it out of the fucking package. Yeah, so it's like
nice.
yeah, it's pretty sick. So it's obviously color coordinated. They have like the logo right
I
here.
see. Yeah, that's cool.
They got like the tag.
That's awesome. Yeah, the colors are perfect.
Yeah, and the colors are. Hold it up here. Obviously, match the cover.
Right, that's
but,
great.
The suicidal one's cool because like it's actually like a suicidal work shirt, so it's got like the whole logo on the back.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's not like a flannel.
Right.
They probably have a flannel one too.
Right.
They do have a flannel one also. Because I did get that. But Agnostic Front just did one.
Sick.
But they've done Hatebreed, Slipknot.
Wow.
A bunch of cool bands.
Yeah.
I'm into it. The shirts are very comfortable when I need to look nice.
Yeah.
They're there. They got a little pocket on the end of the shirt to clean off your glasses.
Oh, wow.
Like that's some.
That's good.
I'm like, somebody thought about this.
Yeah, that's
when they
smart.
made it. Super comfortable shirts.
Oh, this one's international.
This
I think.
is
Was
international,
that a customs
Yeah.
form on the back?
Yeah, this came today.
Nice.
The mail person had to knock on the door,
Oh, right. They need a
so
signature.
you know it's international.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't get my signature usually nowadays, which is cool.
Just want to hand it to an adult
Yeah,
person.
they know me. Yeah, they
That's cool.
that my usual mail person knows me.
You get a lot of packages.
I do. You probably are the one person that gets way more packages than I get for vinyl.
Yeah, yeah.
But I should have told you to bring some. That was my fault.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's cool though. This one's got bubble I'm a huge fan of the bubble wrap on the show.
Yeah, dude, right?
That'd be good bubble wrap, though.
I'm going to mail you a Pez record.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. I'll open it on air.
Sick.
And I'll, you got to have bubble wrap, though. Cool as, oh, dude, what if you got like the purple bubble wrap for that?
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Kind of match it.
That's really good.
There's a bubble wrap. I can't get this bitch open. Dylan would be freaking out right now. Can you just open the damn thing? Man, I'm trying. Almost there. Almost there. He'd be trying to kill time.
I'm just watching.
All right, let's see what this is. What is this? Shit, I don't even know. All right, this bubble wrap is on here. Something serious. Oh, there's so much tape on here.
Yeah, what's that shit called when you have like the good mics and good headphones and just weird sounds and people love it? It's 4 letters.
Oh, it's a thing.
Yeah, what's that called?
I don't know. Holy shit.
ASMR?
I need to,
Yeah, you need this.
I need to,
Someone like really enjoys sounds like
tag
this.
like
Yeah.
sometimes we'll just press the bubble wrap. If this bubble wrap's not that great.
Yeah, ASMR. And people like to hear things
That is wild as shit.
like bubble wrap getting popped.
Oh, it's from Time to Kill, which is probably. Oh, you know what? This is Fulci vinyl.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Let's
and
talk
this,
about them.
yeah, we were just ironically enough talking about them. They have some cool shit that they some cool variants. Ultra limited edition.
Whoa.
So you know, Fulci's. And I probably say this on fucking every episode, but Fulci's based on Italian horror director.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
Got
so
it.
all their shit is like horror based, you know, it's
Cool.
like themed. But they
I
play
like that.
Savannah,
Mm.
and so, man, this is weird. They played Savannah, and Fulci actually did a movie in Savannah called City of the Walking. I think it was City of the Walking Dead,
That's cool.
City of the Living Dead.
Cool.
And so Nat, you know Nat.
I do know that.
Nat was up there running the show,
Sick.
and they had printed shirts specifically for the event.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
City of the Living Shred. So sick. But Fulci went to the. They
Oh,
went
that's
to the.
cool.
They,
Packaging.
yeah, it's cool because the packaging's great. So it's like
Damn.
got the logo separate.
Art is awesome.
The art's insane, dude.
Yeah, what
The
the
art is
fuck?
insane. And what's cool is like this album is also TV crime. So it's kind of like it's got just weird fucking synth kind of shit. With
Oh,
it too.
cool. That sounds like some shit I'd like.
And I don't know what version this is going to be, but it's going to be sick.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, that's like
That's really cool.
oh, it looks like a dragon, like
Yeah.
like
Dude,
dragon
that's
scales.
sick. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see probably on the camera, but man, that's so killer, dude. I love that. Such a good album.
Damn.
These guys, man, these guys are hard, dude. They riff, and this next album is probably one of my favorite death metal albums to be released in the past decade.
Wow.
Again, killer artwork.
Yeah, the artwork is so
So
sick.
good. Tropical Sun. Let's see.
Cool.
I think they call this one like the sand version.
Sick.
You know, it matches the album cover, obviously.
Yeah.
God, it's
It's really nice.
I have a lot of versions of this album.
Yo, did you see the
Keep on doing it.
Third Man just like reissued Dope Smoker, I think, with actual marijuana leaves in the vinyl?
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That is brilliant.
And I think
That is brilliant.
our mutual friend Connor was telling me that he was like in Nashville the day that it dropped, and he went to the Third Man store to get it, and like, oh, we can't sell weed in Tennessee, so we don't have it at this store.
Oh,
It was like only at
man.
the New York store or something.
That'd be such a bummer.
I know. We get. I had seen the photos a few days before. It was like, yeah, I think it's a clear green vinyl or something. Maybe it's just clear vinyl. There's actual, just like full fucking pot leaves just in there.
That's.
Yeah.
I hope they made like a little documentary of the making.
Oh, right.
Of, you know, because they have the liquid ones where they have the liquid in the vinyl. Have you
right.
seen those?
Yeah, I've seen like blood and shit.
Yeah, which
it's
you know
cool.
obviously works for like Jason soundtracks and
Right.
Friday 13 soundtracks or whatever. But like, I don't know how long they last.
Yeah, I don't know how the
You know,
fuck
like,
that. how you do that.
Yeah, that seems complicated, and it seems like it would wear out after a certain amount of time.
I bet you're right.
But putting pot leaves inside of a fucking vinyl is brilliant.
So good. A sleep record.
And probably someone was probably high when they thought of it.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, what if?
Yeah.
What if it was weed inside of the weed? That is killer.
Dude,
I would own that just
I would too.
because the concept of it.
Record rocks too.
Yeah, the record's great. You know?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be tempted to smoke it, so that'd be good.
That's good. Yeah. Anyone's just breaking.
But what if somebody? Yeah. What if somebody has like in case of emergency break album, and then you can play it, so it kind of ruins your high.
Dude, yeah. Dude, that was a great What's in the Box. Those are cool.
Yeah, that was a very good What's in the Box. A little bit of a 7 inches vinyl shirt. I'm a fan of that. Yeah, dude, I probably have a Tiger Records bag I could have opened.
Damn.
I probably have one of those.
Yeah.
Killer stuff, dude.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Italian. They're very Italian.
Sick.
Straight from Italy. Best dudes ever, too, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're like the best dudes.
Cool.
Such rad dudes. But, well, shit. I appreciate you being here, dude.
Dude,
good
yeah,
stories.
thanks for having me. This
very
was
good stories.
Fun as fuck.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah.
You're staying later than you meant to. My bad.
That's right.
Hopefully you planned on that though.
Kinda.
You know me.
I
know me.
know you.
You
It's
know me
true.
well enough.
I know. It's to be completely transparent. Yeah, I really got to leave by like 8:30, 8:40. So
Oh,
I said
perfect.
8.
Okay, well, good.
I said 8 and we did
We
it.
planned. But dude, we have a lot of good stories.
We do.
We have a lot of history. So we
Yeah,
have
a lot
to cover.
of years of friendship. to
Anyway,
talk
we
about.
probably left out a lot of shit
I
too.
know,
That we're like,
dude.
oh shit, we should have talked
Dude.
about this.
If we do it again, I got the
Dude, of course we have to. I'll do your show. Your
Yeah,
podcast.
dude,
Oh,
please
you?
do.
Yeah, Tiger Records podcast.
Tiger Records
we should
podcast.
talk about that because we hadn't talked about it.
Oh yeah, Tiger Radio.
Yeah. Holy shit.
I'm only 3 eps in. I got nothing on 45 or whatever. 46.
Yeah, but you do monthly,
I do monthly,
so that's great.
and I'm so lazy about it that I might skip this month, which is not preferable to Warren, who produces the show, who likes to keep
Shout out
things
to
on
Warren,
schedule.
who
Shout out to
also
Warren.
has a podcast.
He does.
for The Simpsons.
Simpsons is greater than, very popular
Yeah.
Simpsons podcast.
Wild.
Yeah, my thing is just interviews. I did Ned from Title Fight, and then I did the boys from Candy, and then
Nice.
and then most recently Pat from Have Heart and Fiddlehead. I can't tell you what's next because I haven't asked him yet, but I think he's going to be down.
I'm sure they will be, whoever it is.
But yeah, once
You
a
tell
month,
me off air.
I will. Tiger Radio, it's on Spotify and all that shit. It's really fun. But
So,
dude,
yeah.
thanks for having me.
Loma Prieta.
Yeah,
Just go back and listen to the Bane
yeah,
albums. How many albums were you on? Did you record?
just the last one.
Just the last one.
Yeah.
But they did years between albums though.
They very slow writing.
Very
yeah.
But they were great, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was a great record too, by the way.
Oh, I know.
That album was
Thank you.
fucking
Dude.
great.
Zach Jordan and Aaron Dahlbeck can write the fucking riffs still.
Yeah,
Still.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then Tiger Records, obviously in Jacksonville, Florida,
Thank
and you
you.
do mail order, right?
Yeah. Hit my DMs if you really need something.
And there is cool shit. I could promise you, there is cool shit.
Cool. Thank you.
Shit, Loma Prieta's coming out with a new album soon.
Yeah.
From what I heard, rumors.
Yeah. Don't tell our boy Jake and Trey because they won't be talking about it yet. I'm sure we're going to announce it soon. I think. It will
Yeah,
be fun.
yeah. You guys,
Who
hey,
cares?
it's all good.
It's all good.
Nobody
Yeah.
listens to this podcast anyway, guys.
No, it's all good.
And then Record Store Day, right? Is that a big thing for you?
Yep. We got a mini one on Black Friday. That'll be cool, and then the real deal one's next year. But it is.
I'm not a big Record
Insane.
Store Day guy.
Yeah.
There's a couple coming out though that I'm gonna have to get.
Yeah.
You know, The Cure.
Yeah. Records for Day I have like a love-hate with, but as a business owner, it's great.
Who really hates it too? So Triple B.
Oh, they do.
Triple B. Yeah.
They hate it.
And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I totally get it.
It's kind of like the Adele thing. They just clog all the plants up for a long
Right.
time. And some of those major labels have contracts with the plants to kind of get butted to the front of the line.
Yeah.
So it fucks with the pressing plants, but the thing is that it's only for independent record stores. They're not going to let Urban Outfitters or Best Buy or fucking Barnes & Noble do it.
Yeah.
They're not going to let Second and Charles do it. They're not going to let some dude that just has a website do it. It's for the independent record
The
store.
retail, yeah. And I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
And look, here's the thing. It obviously worked.
It worked.
It worked, and it worked big time.
Right.
And it's still
Yeah.
still working.
I do, and I don't want to give Records Today too much credit, but I do think that they deserve some of the responsibility of making records as big as they are right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And without a doubt.
Yeah, I agree.
I kind of sometimes wish they would do some cooler stuff, because sometimes I feel like some of the reissues or whatever they do is kind of like,
yeah.
you know, like I'm like, you just kind of just doing it just to do it, and that kind of sucks. But you know, that's kind of my issue with it.
Right.
There are some cool things that do come out, but I feel like it should be kind of like how they make it just independent stores. They should kind of be like, you could just do these kind of releases,
that'd be cool,
or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, not to cop anybody, you know, like you got to do this or whatever. But
right.
it would I think it would make it more interesting.
Yeah.
Than just having some fucking weird remix or remaster of something.
Right. Yeah.
You're printing 20,000 copies of.
I know. Some people, it's like it's their fucking Christmas. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Got the people in line before I closed the night before.
Right. Yeah. Yep. I've waited in line once. It was Typo
cool.
coming out, and I did it for that, because I was like, all right, it's gonna be limited.
Yeah.
I think maybe Judas Priest has something coming out. I forget.
I think
there was something good that I was like, all right. The Cure I know had
Cure every year.
Cure is always kind of like this one's Wish picture disc,
which is cool, man. Wish is great, and it's not been on vinyl a long.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, you know, I'll be down for that. But there was definitely some other stuff that I was interested in.
Fuck with Wish. I love Wish.
I do. I absolutely love that album.
Me too, man.
Wild Mood Swings. I almost bought Wild Mood Swings at Tiger. I didn't pull the trigger on it, but I love that album.
Yeah. Well,
and Warren and I were talking about it. It's funny. I love that album. That album's great, dude. I don't think it gets enough credit.
It really doesn't.
One of the best bands ever.
Yeah.
Absolutely love The Cure.
Faves, I know that.
But I got a shout out to Daniel from the Pit Forge. He's the one who did the logo. I know you were asking earlier.
Oh, yeah, logo was great.
Yeah, I love the logo. I like to brag about it, because I'm like, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So I could brag about it.
Of course.
Because like he did it for me, so it's like it's cool. Like
exactly.
You know, I could brag because it was his work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't brag about it. But I just love what he did with it.
And you got to give your designers credit.
Yeah. You have to give designers your credit, right? Because otherwise, you're a bad person.
That's right.
We'll make sure to tag. Rhythm of Fear did the theme song, which is cool.
Oh,
I know
we
talked about that too, man. They did a great job with that. I'm excited.
Perfect.
I get excited every time I hear it, which is kind of a cool thing, where it doesn't get, you know, sometimes you hear shit over and over again, you get played out with it. But I'm like, man, it's like, all right, this is perfect for this podcast.
Oh, yeah, it's so good.
It captures, you know, the intention that Dylan and I had between with making this podcast. Shout out to Brett over there. And Lakos doing the production. Is that producer? Is that the right term we're doing? Right? Yeah, I don't know. You know, we're figuring it out as we go. We're not professionals. And then I'm going to try to press these buttons too. Man, this outro we got on 2 different buttons, and that's something Dylan did. I don't know. I think he wanted to make sure I couldn't do this shit. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to outro us out.
All right.
Appreciate you being here, dude.
Thank you, man.
It was awesome.